Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing a board game Arena 4 and playing with Yellinger, who's one of the top players on Arena right now, actually. Opening pack here. Pretty unimpressive. Miners, probably hand plow or beanfield. Maybe thick forest, but probably hand plow or beanfield. And then occupations, hedgekeeper, meh, roof baluster, okay, tutor, conjurer. Don't usually like first picking tutor. Not in this format, not draft 7. So I think I'm likely on conjurer or roof baluster here over hedgekeeper. So which do I want to go for? I think I go Conjurer. Conjurer Beanfield. Assistant Tiller got passed. So that says probably something about green. Did not expect to get Assistant Tiller here. And they also passed Loam Pit. Wow. Wow. Oh, my Conjurer is not looking too good because I don't usually want to take traveling players when I can take Day Labor. But maybe I'll want it to get a couple things. There's the mini pasture for the Hedgekeeper. But yeah, Assistant Tiller, easy pick. Especially if Green doesn't know to draft those Day Labor cards, then I might get more of them. So yeah, hoping for a Seasonal Worker or Cottager. Either of those would be great. Those are kind of the other two Day Labor cards that are in this format. Oh my god. What? Okay. And I think I take bottles here. Man, oh man. Happy bottom feeding Saturday, yeah. Hello, Day Labor. I like 2 food, a crop, and 3 clay. Seems alright. Priest and pastor floating around is fun. Yeah. Do I want Brushwood Collector with this? Brushwood Collector seems okay. Just thinking that I have a pretty solid reason to build a couple, at least one clay room, so Brushwood Collector makes like getting reed not really a concern. Um, and then what goes with it? Probably not manger. So, I mean, I could take canoe, but I just don't think I'm ever. I don't know. If I Brushwood Collector obviously doesn't go with canoe. I don't really need market stall with seasonal worker. I don't want manger. I don't really want basket. Yeah, organic farmer doesn't seem that good here. Not without building some stables, which I'm unlikely to do. Um, what am I doing here? I think I could take conjurer, but I could see myself, or sorry, consultant. But I could take brushwood collector. I could take pig breeder. Brushwood clay rooms. You think manger? No, I don't like manger here. Not with assistant tiller. I'm likely to have 4 or 5 fields, and if I have 4 or 5 rooms, then manger is not worth any points. I guess I take canoe because it's the card that actually maybe does something for me, but then it makes I think it makes taking brushwood pretty bad. Like canoe and brushwood are really not good together. Wow, roof baluster came back. Okay. And thick forest. Yep. Guess bread paddle for some bakes is not too bad, but like I want to play a couple of these before I'm ready to bake. Roof baluster would be the only real thing that I'd want to bake on. Do I even need carpenter? I'm not even sure that I need carpenter. I'm certainly taking mini pasture here. I'm not sure that I even need carpenter. Wood carver helps me fence, but I just took mini pasture. I guess I take carpenter since I just took mini pasture, but yeah. And I have thick forest, but yeah, I'm not really sure that I need carpenter. Rough caster, probably still not playable. Probably I still build a wood room, but maybe I build a clay room. Do packs stack up on people on BGA or does it wait for everyone? It waits for everyone. 12 stone rooms. I'm not feeling quite that ambitious. It is an option, though. It is an option, certainly, to have a big house. Uh, Assistant till around 1, because I'm very likely to second action day labor. I should refresh so you guys can see the cards, so the extension works properly. think I just seasonal worker here. Think I'm just powering out this loam pit. Yeah. Like I can build a wood room, but I think getting this loam pit go online makes sense. Now if 2 reed comes back, I'll take 2 reed, of course, but I don't expect that that comes back. Oh. So yeah, small scale farmer and then plow here. Yellinger's almost certainly got ranch. I would guess Yellinger's got ranch. Might have picked up manger to go with it. But yeah, I would put Yellinger on ranch for sure. I mean, the fireplace is available, and nobody's taking clay yet. But taking 4 clay when I can get clay really easily from loam pit feels bad. Yeah, this feels pretty bad. But if Yellinger's on manger or ranch, then maybe Yellinger doesn't care too much about taking a big clay pile. I don't know. I like the 2 reed because it gives me the option of just building a wood room if that falls into my lap. It also lets me reno to clay before needing to get brushwood collector out. It's like if reno flips in 5, I can second action reno and then play brushwood collector later, for example. Because yeah, I think I might just play carpenter here. Carpenter into loam pit. Yeah, just because I'm getting these occupation actions, probably just play carpenter, I think. And carpenter sets me up to take 3 wood and build or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten the occupation actions that I've needed, so this is actually just letting me get my loam pit out. Build in 3 from green. Okay. That's unusual. So I'll take 3 wood here, or 4 wood, and then day labor, and then I'm ready to build in 5, or reno in 5, depending on what's there. Did someone take 1 reed last round? Did Gray take 1 reed last round? Because I took the reed at 2. There's the childless. Yeah, so 5 food traveling players next round's a pretty good move. Someone might start player for the 6 wood. Yellinger took it. Okay. Green probably takes clay, maybe takes traveling players. Clay to start using their childless stuff. 6 clay seems great. Six clay seems like overkill almost. But yeah, it does do something with thick forest. Yeah, I like the 6 clay a lot less if I need to if I need to day labor multiple times in stage 2, then I think the 6 clay is less important. And there's family growth, and I get to build and grow second. Jeez. Jeez. Growing second with this setup? Oh man. Man, oh man. Yeah, I'm guessing Yellinger's got like Ranch, and then seeing Shepherd's Crook, I bet it's also Loom. I bet it's Ranch and Loom that Yellinger's on. I'm gonna day labor here because growing here means I need that much more food. And I'm also okay with more resources being in the game since I'm growing second and I have a space that doesn't matter how good the board is. Like day labor is just always going to be a good action for me. Could have taken wood to play canoe or large greenhouse, I guess, but I think I just play beanfield and it's fine. Or no, I play thick forest, sorry. Yeah, thick forest for sure. Man, so okay, so there's like stages. So okay, let's talk about the stages of Agricola development, okay? So when you're first starting out, you like don't really know what's happening, and so like maybe you beg by accident or whatever, and you have a couple games where your feeding is really tough and you feel like, "Man, I could have done so much if I just didn't need to feed my family." So then you see a card like Manservant and you're like, "Wow, Manservant means I don't have to worry about feeding my family. That card seems amazing." Is the fireplace still unbuilt? Yellinger's probably going to fence and take the sheep here, right? Yeah. So I can 4 wood maybe. I could also Reedstone Food. Reedstone Food I kind of like because it sets me up for the clay oven, random clay oven next round. So as much as I'd like to be taking 4 wood here, I think I do have to be a bit careful about my feeding. But yeah, so then the second stage is oh man, my feeding was so tough. So then you're like, oh wow, manservant, 3 food every round. If I just play this card, I don't have to worry about feeding anymore, and then I get to feel so good. And so then people do that, and uh, and then they really overvalue a card like manservant. And then they're like, wow, conservator, it's gonna let me get my manservant out like a whole round earlier. Oh my god, that's so much food. And yeah, I feel like that we've seen a lot of that. So presumably Yellinger will want Plow into Ranch next round, so I will absolutely block Yellinger from playing Ranch next round. I'm happy to just major minor Clay Oven and play Beanfield on start player or whatever. Yeah, I don't mind doing that at all. And Yellinger is my biggest opponent here, so. You know what? Actually, Green's doing okay. Yeah, Lumber Mill, Hand Plow, drafted first pick Childless, presumably, so Assistant Tiller pick is a lot more reasonable with Childless here. Yeah. How careful do I want to be here? I think I'm okay with being pretty careful. No, it's definitely doable. It's just like so the thing I'll remind you of HIKLJ is like okay, stone rooms are only worth 1 point more per space than fields at once you get to 5 fields. So and then like how much better are they than making some pastures? Well, so a pasture is worth 1 point each space plus it covers the space, so it's equivalent to a clay room. And then but it also lets you hold an animal. So each pasture, like your pasture lets you hold one of each animal type is equivalent to a stone room, and they're about the same cost because it's like four. But in this game, they both cost 4 resources. So like I'm gonna have probably three. Like I think that's not a I think it's a fine game plan, but I think it's just more likely to be 6 rooms and like fence 11 and 5 fields, or 6 rooms and fence 11 and 2 pastures or something like that, or 6 fields and 2 pastures or something like that. Like we need an animal tamer. Yeah, an animal tamer would do the trick. Yeah, yeah. So Gray feels so good about their game now. Gray's like, oh yeah, we're really doing it. Now getting this 7 clay into a 5 wood action, that's making me think. Okay, certainly more clay rooms are in my future. Absolutely. It's also not a thing I'm in a huge rush for because the build room space is going to be uncontested. So, like, I think I'm probably fine with green getting grow here and next round. And then I'll take growth in, I'll try to grow in 10 and 11. So, like, I only want to go to the build room space one more time total. So that's the other thing I'm thinking about. Also, getting my feeding sorted is really important. Like taking day labor twice this stage and then doing a so bake, so 2 grain and baking a grain, that seems like a good option. But yeah, I think Animal Tamer is actually like a component of the really degenerate stuff. Yeah, I think I Reno and make a cooking hearth here, and then I day labor last action. And then the Reno makes me really want to take animals next round. Frame builder. So it seems like Gray will try to um, Gray will try to reno or will try to build. But yeah, Gray needs a bunch of stone. Gray could have really used that carpenter, yes. One wood, one stone. And then brushwood collector, two wood, one stone per stone room. Yep. The fact that the resources are getting so big, it makes green a bit scarier for sure. The resource piles are getting huge. Definitely makes green scarier. But yeah, so that my plan is day labor here, then do day labor into sow bake next round, and then one more day labor in 10 or 11, get a vegetable, and then do another sow bake, and then that should get me through the next two harvests, and then I'll have a ton of grain. I'll have vegetables sown. I'll be in generally a pretty good spot, I think. Yeah, like there's no real rush for those fourth and fifth family members. I'm just making I just kind of want to put myself in a spot where I only need one more build a room action. That's my focus here. Ah, fireplace here for green. That's unfortunate. So I wanted to pick up some animals here. Well, okay, I guess it's not unfortunate because I get 6 wood, 8 clay, or 3 sheep. Presumably Yellinger is taking the boar. I would guess that Yellinger is taking the boar. Maybe Yellinger takes the clay, I guess. It's possible. But I would guess Yellinger's taking the boar. Ah, maybe the boar, maybe the pairs of animals will come later for Yellinger. Yeah, I could take the 8 clay here. I don't think you're ever taking the 6 wood, not with small scale farmer locked in for the rest of the game. Yeah. So then green, I think green, well, with traveling players available, maybe green doesn't first move 3 sheep. Okay. Hmm. So I could take the sheep here, or I can take the 8 clay. I guess I take the 8 clay. I don't know. Oh, green takes the sheep. There we go. All right. Yeah, so I definitely take the 8 clay then. And I take it over the 6 wood. Because now I'm looking at one more little pasture for 3 animal types, and then yeah, probably 8 rooms, 1 field. So I need 15 clay and 5 wood, and I have to play brushwood collector. Maybe, yeah, maybe only 7 rooms actually, because I want 2 more fields. I think. Yeah, I want 2 more fields because I want day labor into Sobake here. Yeah, only 2 more fields. Or sorry, 2 more fields. One, not only 7 rooms. I think. Yeah. So building 4 more clay rooms, which is 12 clay. So I'll have an extra 7 clay from my 2 day labor actions. 4 or 5 of that can go into bottles, and if I have 2 extra clay, not a big deal. Maybe one goes into a fireplace, or I don't think I build the pottery, but I could, I guess. I don't think I'm building the pottery. What? Start player here over 6 wood? Really? Okay. Yeah. Gray is doing what we call not a good thing. Not a good thing from Gray. So green wheels gets a what 7th action 6 wood. I guess we've got the small scale farmer and 2 players not building any wood rooms. So I guess wood is just not that valuable this game, which is very interesting to me. Eighth action 6 wood, yeah. No, Gray actually Gray Galaxy brained us. Gray totally Galaxy brained that. That's hilarious. The well is built. Yes. Thank you, Rallocred. So this is something that I don't always do a good job of. But when you're doing a baking strategy, it is so important to actually get grain in the ground. Unless you have a really absurd amount of unless you have a really gross grain action, you really it's so important to get grain in the ground because then your so bake action is getting you grain and getting you food. You don't want the so bake action to just be getting you food, just be spending grain into food. You want it to also be gaining you grain at the same time. And this is something that I don't always do a good job of. Is that when I'm thinking oh, maybe I'll do a baking line. You want to be the best way to do a baking line is when you can also sow. For me, having 3 grain here is perfect because sowing 2 grain and baking 1 grain is perfect. Because now next stage I can bake a grain and sow a grain, and I'm still increasing the number of grain I have on the sow bake space, which is exactly what you're trying to do. And it's not always something I do well. Um, so brushwood collector build grow is available. If gray does not first if gray's not going to build with their second action. So if gray does anything other than take the 2 stone here, actually 2 stone is enough with stone tongs. Yeah, so gray could 2 stone into build, but if gray does anything other than that, I get brushwood collector build grow. And then I play day labor so bake next round. And I have the cooking hearth, so even if they block me off of so bake, I have 2 boar, 2 sheep as options. So Yeah, this game is just kind of going absurdly well. This is definitely a case where I think as red, as you linger, there's a meta consideration of there are two players in the game that you don't know what they're going to do. They might be very unpredictable. I think Green's played a very reasonable game. Green's played a totally reasonable game, but I think Gray has not. And because Gray has not done a reasonable game, I think that really has kind of made it hard. That plus family growth in 5 has made it ridiculously hard for Yellinger to win with the strategy that he's picked. Like Ranch is great. If this was like a game where all four the other three players are all scrapping for family growth and we're all scrapping for room parts and wood and everything, right? And like maybe it's family growth in 6 even, then I think that Yellinger can have a very Yellinger's game can be good enough, but in this game Yellinger's game's just not going to be good enough. I don't think so. Now, maybe Yellinger hits family growth without room in 12, and if that's the case, then Yellinger is certainly competitive. Absolutely. Very competitive. Probably family growth without room in 12 probably puts Yellinger ahead of Green in my mind. Just because Green has not taken wood. Like, Green's sitting here with no wood. And the mini pasture is not going to come around because the two in between us have fenced already. And yeah, getting the absurd piles of clay has been good for me, of course. Am I going to fence again? How good is fencing? I could just build a stable outside of the pasture. How good is actually fencing again? Let's do that. And then I can do 2 stables. I play Beanfield on family growth. I don't see any need to play Canoe. I guess leaving myself 1 wood for my final reno is a thing. But I'm not, yeah. Not too worried about that. But yeah, having the hearth here makes this like a lot safer of a play because I have day labor as a 5 food action. I have 2 boars as 6 food action. I certainly will not get 2 cattle. I don't expect I will hit 2 cattle. Seems good for me. Yes. Yes. The family growth in 5 into growing second with my setup was ridiculously good. And Green was put into a position where they had to choose between childless and assistant tiller. Those are probably the 2 best first pick occupations in the set. Might put childless ahead of grocer. Assistant tiller I definitely put ahead of grocer. Childless, I think I put it. It depends on the game, right? Childless can definitely. The floor of Childless is worse than the floor of Grocer, but I think the ceiling of Childless is better than the ceiling of Grocer. So I think I probably put Assistant Tiller and Childless as the 2 best occupations in the set. And yeah, I didn't open a great Ock, but I got past a great hand because Green decided to take Childless instead of Assistant Tiller. And they were maybe kicking themselves after seeing Seasonal Worker. Yeah. Wait, did I get Assistant Tiller and Loam Pit at the same time, or was it Seasonal Worker Loam Pit? Because I also got Loam Pit. So if you see assistant tiller loam pit, you probably are supposed to take that over childless. So I would guess that I've benefited quite a bit from maybe Green's kind of suboptimal drafting. But I mean, Green's played like reasonable. At least Green knows to build and grow, and that feeding is important, right? And then Red, of course, Red being my biggest opponent, doing a ranch strategy in a round 5 growth game. That's tough. Oh, I pick up 2 more wood from my thick forest, right? I don't even need to take read. This game is so gross. This game is so gross. I don't even need to pick up read. Oh man. Oh, are you kidding me? There we go. Yay! We're gonna have another quit. This is good. This is yeah, man. Board game arena. Board game arena and people quitting in my games. Name a more iconic duo. Oh, Yellinger's gonna block my bake here. Okay, sure. But I mean, it means I get 2 cattle, so okay. Oh man, this is disgusting. The fact that I have the cooking hearth here is just like the thing that makes it so that they can't even interact with me really because I just have too many good actions. So let's look at my lowest possible score here. Is it like 48, 49? Is like the lowest number I can get. Get rid of 3 more negatives, get rid of 4 more negatives, and score minimum 10 more between stone and family member. Do I want to play bottles here on family growth? I guess I could. If I want to do that, I probably should take the sheep, but I guess I'll day labor first, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to take the sheep here. It would be nice to breed the cattle. It would be really nice to breed the cattle. Yeah. Probably better to breed the cattle and just take minor bottles in 14. Plowing seems bad. I think plowing's fine. I think plowing's fine. I'm not like I'm gonna have to eat a bunch of I'm gonna have to eat a bunch of points. So I don't I'm not worried at all about like eating too many sheep or whatever. I'm not worried about that. And I think I might not go back to the fence space. I might not go back to the fence space. I might. I might not. I guess I take the sheep here. If I don't grow here, I can feed a vegetable and a sheep. But I think it's fine to just eat the two sheep. Eat the two sheep and a vegetable. I could eat a raw grain, I suppose. Yeah, maybe eating a raw grain instead of both sheep and keep one sheep behind. Plowing is -1 point ceiling. Yes, but it's also +1 point floor. Like I don't think I'm building another room there. I think now I'm just gonna try to start getting points from other like categories. Like I'm gonna go for the pottery still available. Yeah, pottery's still available, so I can go for the pottery, for example. Because we know the stone here for gray is going into stone room, so I could go after the pottery. So yeah, eat a veg, a sheep, and a grain, and then the cattle breed. And I think the fact that I'm breeding cattle here is just like I don't know how I lose from here. I don't think it's possible. Well, if I take a bunch of beggars by accident, that would be a way to do it. It's possible that I don't score enough on the board if I don't get another pasture, I guess. Like if I don't actually fence this stable, like for another 2 points, like okay, that's then maybe I'm missing enough points on the board. But like I'm doing okay on my improvement score. Yeah, I don't know. Iconic duos take two, Lumen and three-room houses, Pain and Gompain. Yeah, Pain Gompain. Wildfly and Butterfly Catcher, Dr. Game and Kristen Ship. Does Doctor Game have something going on with Kristen that I'm unaware of? Montu and Salt. Those are good. How do I have so many clay? Minor clay pit? Yes, minor clay pit plus I've gotten a 7 clay and a 6 clay action, I think. So yeah, I just have an absurd amount of clay. Yeah, Yellinger doesn't hit family growth, so yeah. Rip Yellinger. Rip round 5 family growth into not round 12 family growth without room. Rip Yellinger. Yeah, so in this game, we had two players not build a wood room and not family growth with room at all. So that means there's a lot less pressure on the two players who do want to do that. Both of us had games where we were already happy with building a bunch of rooms, and I just so happened to have the game where I was really happy to build a bunch of rooms. And the day labor action is like a fantastic payoff for having all of these extra moves. With Roof Baluster, this is just outrageous. Honestly, Roof Baluster is kind of outrageous. Roof Baluster is like I don't know. It's yeah. Roof Baluster is the start. It's not the straw that stirs the drink. What is it here? It's like the thing that makes all. It's the thing that makes this possible. Like normally I probably would have gone to 5 rooms, and then I would have kind of had to scrap for wood a little bit and maybe like plow 2 extra fields to fill my farm. The fact that I don't have to do that here is like and still get to stone. Yeah. Would have had to scrap for stone and wood a little bit, but like yeah. What did Yellinger end up doing? Playing consultant? So Yellinger probably has Loom, right? Does Loom have a 2-Oct prereq? I'm guessing. I think I called Loom pretty early this game. 2 stone, so that I can build the pottery myself? Or do I want to take 4 wood? I don't really need 4 wood, because 2 wood is enough. Because I have one, yeah, all I need is 2 more wood. Unless I want to play canoe, which I don't care about. I gotta take 2 stone here. And I guess there's a slight risk that Gray will decide to take the stone. No, don't start player. Build and grow. No, 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 no. Build and grow. What are you doing? Build and grow. Guess not. As Gray, I think you need to build and grow here. I don't think you can. I don't think you have time to start player. You need actions too badly. And you can play passing field miner on family growth. Like so certainly gonna do a day labor into a so bake. So probably wood, day labor, so bake, and then major minor pottery. Should play roof baluster before too long. But I mean Yellinger's probably not renovating. Yellinger might have that sheep, that card that wants lots of sheep and pays you off for being in a wood house, maybe? Whatever that one's called. Major minor gonna get taken. There's just not that many actions left. Like these guys, they just run out of actions so quick because they didn't grow. Oh, how quick's this game been? I might do another one. Where's my dog? Where's the little flexible dog? There it is. Also, nobody cares about Plow So, which is hilarious. Plow So, you suck. You will never come together as one to defeat us because you suck. I have 3 grain in my supply. I bake 1. I eat a vegetable. Wondering if I should leave a grain. No, I think having the cooking hearth, I'm fine sewing. I guess I'm supposed to sew onto the the bean field, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because I'm gonna want to eat a cattle. So I can eat a cattle here. I can eat a cattle and a clay. Cattle, clay, and 4 food, giving me 3 food going into the final harvest. I can eat another clay, most likely. Probably I take day labor as 2 food, a point, and 3 clay. So probably I eat a clay here and next round, so 11. So I'm at 15 food. Roof baluster drops me down to 13, assume 12. If I want to play bottles, which I probably play bottles if I have nothing better to do than take day labor this round and next round. I probably play bottles if I have nothing better to do. Yeah, there's the loom, unsurprisingly. If I fence 3 here, fencing's not really contested. Could take my boar. Guess I could play the roof baluster just to get it out on the table. Yeah. I don't, like, Gellinger can't reno, but whatever. I guess if I don't wield a boar, I slightly regret this, but I'm not worried about it. No, the boar. The boar. Well, I mean, I can play bottles if I get an extra 8 clay. Uh, could take vegetable again and do another sow, I guess. Vegetables, so I should probably fence. I don't know, does fence matter? It feels like fence. I can get fence here or next round. Yeah, nobody else can legally fence, so I can get fence whenever. Yeah, Reno bottle seems fine. There's also the fireplace for some extra points. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. Keep this going. So, what are the odds that someone quits before the game ends? Unfortunately, they're higher than I would think. Higher than I would like them to be. Someone might literally get to the last feeding phase and quit. That's what we had happen yesterday or 2 days ago. Guess I'm technically supposed to fireplace here since fireplace can't be played on a minor improvement action, which bottles can. And I certainly have the move to play bottles in the final round. Not interested in playing C and D. Oh, I am. I am, Gary. But I'm also interested. Like, getting games in Arena seems to be a bit faster. Like, I want to get a couple games in Arena so that Arena will match me with good players. Like, I could host games where I restrict it to only like players above, you know, strong players and above. But it seems like some of like I don't know. Probably a lot of those players are playing Arena. So I feel like I need to get up my rank up in Arena a little bit to get matched with those people. And yeah, unfortunately, C and D is not in Arena at the moment. So personally, I don't care much for Arena. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm not worried. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna want to play enough of this format to get to climb the ladder enough. Like, I just don't think that's what I want to do. Um, take the 2 point bore, I guess. Could plow sow there also just to get the sow action. Yellinger blocked my bake. Um, and yeah, now Gray is gonna build after start playing for family growth without room. Um, yeah, I'm not so worried about my ranking. It's more just like I want to get good games. Like when I play on board game arena, I want to get good games, and I feel like yeah, and I need to rank up to do that because if some percentage of the population is playing arena, then for me to get matched in good games with them, I need to rank up on arena. That's my perspective. I could just host tables for sure. And also too, when I was hosting C&D, I remember I hosted a table and I had 3 people join right away, and then I turned C&D on and they all left. So that's also a thing. Not everybody wants to play test. You think it's opening soon? I don't know. So I can eat a vegetable and I have 12 grains, so I can eat 4 raw grain. So that's another 7 food. I eat the cattle, that's 11. I eat the clay, that's 13. 13 plus 3, definitely enough for bottles. Yeah, green had a very similar game to me. The big difference, I have Roof Baluster. Honestly, Roof Baluster lets me get the stone. Otherwise, green and I had a very similar game in terms of the way our final farms are going to look. Bottles, I guess, now. So fence, and then do I have a point left with my last move? Fence 3, won't be able to canoe. I don't think I have a point left with my final move. Yeah, that's okay. We had a doubleheader for soccer last night. Oh my god, my legs are so sore. I didn't even play out. I played keeper in the second game. I'm so sore. Man, pandemic has not been kind for playing with the 21-year-olds who are insanely fast. uh, Rough. Yeah, 65 seems pretty good. I'll take start player like this is Play-agricola, and actually I'm supposed to take resources because this site takes resources as a tiebreaker, or that maybe it's the 2016 format takes resources as a tiebreaker, but play like I'm on Play-agricola. I'm taking start player to report the score, make sure that the game can be ended. Can I take two beggars here and still win? I can. Yikes. Well, is someone going to quit in the feeding phase of the final harvest? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we're actually going to get this game finished. So what does green get to? Green breeds two more points. So 53 final for green. So I win by 12. Yeah, so if green drafts Roof Baluster over whatever they took, this game is a lot more competitive. Because then green maybe can beat me by denying wood and stone to me. I don't know. If I just have this exact farm without going to stone, I still win. But green would have been able to get to stone themselves, which is a big point increase for them. So, oh, I didn't even get to silver. What is this bullshit? What? I beat like one of the number one ranked players, and that doesn't get me to silver. Oh my god! I only gained 15 points again. I'm gaining like nothing in these games where I'm beating like high 400s players and I'm gaining like nothing from these wins. Oh man. That's too bad. All right. Let's play. I want to play on Play-agricola if I can. At least one game today. But we'll take a short break. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll be back in a bit.